What steps can you take in the post-COVID-19 scenario to increase more sales? Well, this is especially relevant for you if you are an inbound travel company, a DMC, or you're a travel agency that sells a lot to corporate travel agents. In an earlier video, I have spoken about the follow-up tools that can help you become more productive and do your follow-up on autopilot. The same tool can also be a game changer for you if you are in B2B sales as a DMC or a corporate travel agent. The technique can help you not only reconnect with your cold leads, but also do so with follow-ups. Using this technique, you can check on your leads and contacts alike and see how they are doing, warm them up gradually so that you can create a brand recall. Do remember that it takes between 15 to 20 touch points to create a brand recall. Now, this technique can help you create these touch points. Hey guys, my name is Vishal Mehra and I'm a lead generation consultant. Leveraging the power of modern day automation and marketing, I help companies grow at an accelerated pace. So the question is, how would you do this? How would you set it up? Let's jump on the screen and I will show you if I was to do it, how would I set it up? I hope it helps you and you can use it. So let's get on the computer screen. So here we are on the computer screen and let me show you how to set it up. Now this is a tool called Saleshandy. So I have an earlier video where I've gone through the follow-up process and I've shown you 3 tools in that process, and Saleshandy is one of them. If you haven't seen that video, please do take a look. I will link it in the description below. This video will help you a lot in understanding how you could automate your follow-ups and save yourself a ton of time and also become more productive, and at the same time close more, because as we all know, to close more, you need to have a better follow-up process. That is how I succeeded in doing sales all this while that I was doing it. And trust me when I tell you this, for one of my businesses in Dubai, we used to only use this tool for doing our follow-ups. If you haven't got this tool, do come to the website, saleshandy.com. I will leave a link in the description again. Sign up for a 14-day free trial and take it for a test drive. So once you've done that, let me show you how to set it up for you. So once you sign in, this is the kind of dashboard that will greet you. Since we use this tool actively, or at least we used to use it actively when the business was normal, we were monitoring every single correspondence and we were monitoring every single communication that we were doing as a team. And as you can see here, certain emails have been opened up 224 times. This email has been opened up 594 times. So this is the complete track record of all the emails that I had sent. This gives me a lot of insight into what is happening with the agent, and I know on the heat map, so to say, I know exactly if this is going to convert into a booking or not. This was kind of the superpower that we had. We knew how warm our leads were, how warm our agents were, and which bookings had a higher likelihood of converting, and we would come here and use it to close those bookings. So we used to use it for everything. We used to use it for sending out campaigns. We used to use it for tracking all our emails, because every single email that goes out can actually be tracked. So that's a great feature that this tool has. The tool that we need for helping you warm up the leads, whether it is in inbound, B2B, or whether it's for corporate travel agents, is the email campaigns. You could send an email campaign using your regular email marketing software, whether it is your MailChimp or MailerLite or MooSend or Sendinblue. You could do all that. But these tools do not give you the kind of follow-up flexibility that you would need. How would I set it up? I would first get the entire data that I have, and this could be all my old leads. So let's take an example. If you are an inbound travel company, you've met thousands of prospects over the years during the trade shows. If you're like me, and trust me, I have been a salesperson in inbound. If you're like me, you've not thrown away a single of those cards. All those visiting cards are going to be with you. What I would recommend you do is start plotting them all on an Excel sheet and save that Excel sheet as a CSV. Now you could custom define the fields there. What I would recommend you do is have the first name, last name. If you want to address people with the first name, or whether you want to go as Mr. or Miss, that's your choice. So just make sure however which ways you want to address them, that is set up in the CSV file as well. Also put in their company names and address them as if it was coming as a one-on-one conference. So I have the company name in it as well. Bring all of that over into a CSV file and upload it here where it says choose a file. Now remember, the plan that I'm on, I can send up to 2,000 people. I have a maximum contact limit of 2,000 people per campaign. And this can take up to a day to run because it'll only process one email per minute. But it'll all happen at the background. I'll not have to do anything for it. If you've already done a campaign like this, you could actually pull all the data from here if you wanted to. So that is first thing. So for the purpose of this video, what I've done is I've gone ahead and imported a demo list. This demo list has just 2 contacts. And what I've done is I've got the first name, last name, email, and the company name because I want to be able to address them by their first name and also talk about their company name in the middle. I have also made it a point that I BCC my CRM with this. Now, if you don't have a CRM in your company right now, then do take a look at the 7-part series for travel companies on how to set up your free CRM called HubSpot. That'll help you set it up and get all your data in one single place. You'll not have to worry about having these visiting cards in the future. Once you've uploaded that data, it's going to stay there with you. If you have any other CRM, see if it allows you to BCC to the CRM, because that way you can start creating a complete email chain and you know how much correspondence has happened with this particular agent. So in this case, I choose to BCC my CRM. Now we come to the first step. Now when we come to the first step here to stage 1, it gives us the option to customize, to personalize the email. Now, personalization of emails is a great thing to do because this will increase your open rates. Now, if somebody is addressed by the first name in the subject line itself, and that's the first thing people read when they receive an email, then they're more likely to click on it, because if somebody has gone to the trouble of customizing it and addressing them in the email, it has an impact. It increases your open rates. Secondly, this is unlike the email marketing. When you send out an email, this email is going from your own inbox. And as I had mentioned in the earlier video, this works well if you are on G Suite or Microsoft Exchange. If you're not on either of the two, you have a third account, you have a third tool that I have mentioned about in my video, which is called Woodpecker. Woodpecker would be able to do exactly the same thing for you. The process is pretty much the same. So what you do is you come here and you start customizing it. So this is how I would draft the email. It would start with first name, how are you doing? Please make sure that your subject line is a little bit more sensible than mine. And then again, dear first name, it has been a while since we connected. As the tourism business gradually trickles back to what would be the new normal, I wanted to reach out and check with you how. And I've brought in the company name here. So how your company name, so whatever the company name is, how it is surviving in these tough times. And at the same time, ask what were the plans with regards to the future. Make sure it's about 2 paragraphs. So you're reconnecting. You've probably not connected with these people in a while. Just about 2 paragraphs. Anything which they can finish reading in about 30 to 45 seconds, nothing longer than that. If you've not worked on creating any educational series about your destination, before you get into this, do create something. Do create a 8 to 10 email series on whatever would be the good thing about what you can do and what would be a differentiator and how would you talk about that product or what would that product range be. And in this case, I just tell them that if that is of interest to you, please click here and sign up. In the same email, I am also giving him an option for getting back into my email list in case sustainable tourism is of interest to them. This also tells me, if he signs up, this would tell me that there is some interest, and I would then take a different approach to warm them up. That is something that you should consider. Have an email series and set it up on an autoresponder on a drip where you release 1 email a week. And if you have an 8 to 10 email series, so you've got about 10 touch points that you are creating. And for the next 10 weeks, every week, this new newsletter or this email is going to go out to these people, and they would obviously read it, and that creates a recall. So the probability once the business starts coming back, they would come back to you is rather high. So once you've done that, once you've created your first email and you've put in your signature and everything, you come here and you press the button which says add a stage. So it'll be something like this: add a follow-up stage. I've already added the stage 2 and just wanted to show you what will happen in the stage 2. So if you come and you set up the stage 2, you can't write the subject line because this is going as a follow-up to the email. For the person, this would be you who has gone to the sent items and is forwarding this email back to this person, or he was replying back to this email from your sent inbox. It's going to come just like that. So here it is, a first name. Did you get my earlier email? Just checking in as I didn't hear back from you. Hope all well. What I've done is I've kept it short, I've kept it simple. You could have it a little longer, you could have it a little shorter. But the point is just to write back. The idea is to get them to reply back to you. Once they reply back, you can open a door. If they say no, they're still not interested, hey, there is no love lost. But what if they reply back and they start a conversation? See, in this case, the tool has already achieved its purpose. It has generated a reply back for us. We can now take this conversation on a one-on-one level forward. But what if we were not getting any reply back? Because remember, these are cold prospects and maybe they've moved on, maybe they're not there anymore, or maybe simply they were not interested. But when people get 4 to 5 emails as follow-ups, the general tendency is people do reply back. And with this tool, you have an option to set up to 10 follow-ups. Now, when you're setting up the follow-up, you have to be very, very careful as to what is the trigger for the second email. I usually keep it as not replied. And when do I send this email? So send this stage 3 days after the first email has been sent. Then you can choose the time when you want it to go. And this gives you the ability to add up to 10 steps. So here is the stage 3. Again, in the stage 3, subject line is predefined. You can write whatever you want as your follow-up message. Once again, when you come back, choose when should this email go out, not replied, how many days after. So this would be what you would do. This is also a tool that you could use when you were meeting people in conferences or you were meeting people at exhibitions. So if you are a travel company which participates a lot in trade shows, instead of sending a one-on-one email to people, use this tool to send a 10-stage follow-up. See, having been in these shoes, I've done both corporate sales, I have done inbound sales. I know that getting a reply back from the prospects is probably one of the most difficult and frustrating tasks. So I get it, I understand that pain. Just come back and set up a 10-stage follow-up process and set it up over a period of 2 months. Eventually they are going to reply back. People, once they start getting emails, 4th or the 5th email is always going to be your sweet point, is a sweet spot. At least in the tourism industry, that's what my take has been. So you can come and set up all your stages here. And once you've set up these stages, you have to schedule a time when you want it to go out. This particular tool usually needs about a 15-minute advance warning, and it asks you to set up your interval between 2 emails. Now keep it at default 60 to 90 seconds. What happens is every time it sends an email, so it would automatically wait for between 60 to 90 seconds before it sends the next email. What happens with this is that your email address, your IP address does not get blacklisted for sending out too many emails. If you set it up like this and you let it go, it is a totally non-intrusive process and it will keep on sending it. This is the best way that you can do that. If you're interested in getting this tool, use it not only for sending your email campaigns, but also use it for sending up follow-up sequences. And these could be for anything from your regular supplier emails to your proposals that you send out. You can write that sequence once and you can use it on autopilot after that. The only catch you will have to use, if you're on G Suite, you will have to use your browser for sending the emails. You cannot send it from your desktop client. If you are on Microsoft Windows and use Microsoft Outlook, they have a plugin which can be used. So there you have it. This is my process. Do share your thoughts with me. Tell me, did this work for you or not? If you want my help to grow leads, you want to warm up your cold leads, you want to get into new markets and you want to set up your lead generation for the new markets, get in touch with me. My website is vishalmehra.com. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. Your subscription helps the channel grow. It also keeps me motivated to keep on making more content. Do press the like button if this video provided any value to you. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Vishal Mehra signing off. Bye-bye.